Right, back to the game. I'm not sure if we have actual things to play or is this just some kind of a short epilogue, but this is bullshit.
Yes. Think carefully.
The only thing I can do is wait.
Good morning.
Yeah. Is it the morning? It's hard to tell in here. I'm not here to discuss the time. I'm here to ask you to end this madness. The city has endured much of late. The Iron Crisis, Saravak, the Crusade, now this. The dark days must end, and they won't. Not with you languishing here claiming innocence. You care for Baldur's Gate, even a little. Admit your crime. Accept the punishment given you. Yeah, I've fought and bled for Baldur's Gate. I've nearly died for it more times than I can count. I care about the city, but I also care about justice. Maybe you are innocent. Maybe the eyes of all those who saw you standing over Ski's corpse deceived them. It doesn't matter. The city is all that matters now. My father taught me that a hero, a real hero, is prepared to sacrifice himself for the greater good. They called you the hero of Baldur's Gate. Now you have the chance to earn the name. Goodbye. I think that's sort of horseshit. It's the reasoning is flawed. It's the city won't stop existing no matter what option you choose. What you're choosing with this option is what type of a city are you going to end up living in. We are basically this is order above any other consideration type of a city with this type of reasoning. I'm not saying it's a bad choice, just saying that it's not for the benefit of Baldur's Gate. It's for the benefit of a certain type of a Baldur's Gate, where justice is secondary, evil is secondary. All that it really matters is that order is maintained. And in certain type of environments, I'm not even sure that's a bad option. Like a post-apocalyptic world, I would that would be a massive upgrade to what could be. But it still doesn't mean that it's not wrong.
Chains become you, child of Baal. The people you saved have turned on you, treating you as some nightmare made flesh. How does it feel to be trapped in a cell after all you've done for this city?
Yeah, I'll be honest, doesn't feel great.
Life offers no justification for the ills it inflicts on us. None know this better than I. I warned you of the darkness running through your veins. Divine blood is not to be trifled with. Without control, power is naught but peril. But I am confident you will survive this. A greater destiny awaits you. Rise. It is time. You know what you must do. Embrace the darkness coiling within you. Take the dagger. Kill her. Take it. Even now you resist. You are more powerful than I thought. All that I truly require is your presence. Curious, your mind is not so open to me as it once was. You resist my will. Your power grows, child of Baal. Awake. Tell me, what did you see?
Yeah, it was you. You killed Ski Silvershield. You set me up.
Despite my efforts, you remember. Impressive.
The truth will come out. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but soon.
Of that I have no doubt. You will escape this place. We will meet again. Fear that meeting, child of Baal. We have so far to go together.
I wonder if the cutscene is different based on your reputation or alignment. Possibly not. Okay, how long is this gonna keep going?
Hey, wake up. Wake up and move your ass while you still got an ass to move.
What's going on?
A jailbreak. That's what's going on. Your friend Imowen's paying me to get you out of here. Quite handsomely, I might add. Come on. We gotta move. Your stuff, whatever the stick of your fists haven't purloined, is on a table in the central chamber.
There's a massive amount of gear here. Like, massive amount. Here I can't even use. It seems like quest items and things like that have been thrown in here, all type of containers and that sort of stuff. That's probably good enough.
Over here. You can get out to the basement.
And then what? Then we escape and you get to see your girlie again. I'm explaining to some random fucking thief that we are not involved, him and me. Hey, you think him and I are lovers? Where did you get that from? Whatever she is to you, if you ever want to see her again, get into the basement.
Think carefully.
Through here.
A secret exit in the basement of the Flaming Fist headquarters. So I love this city.
Well, the city don't love you no more. Now listen, when you get down, there's a waterfall to the east. Flows down into a lake in a cavern. You'll find Imowen near the entrance.
Rats. They're charging me. Not a good sign.
With caution.
Someone must have spooked them.
Damn.
8 million piercing damage. I don't think it makes sense for us to fight. We are very fast and we are terrible at fighting these opponents. Please attack. Moisture has made this node all but illegible, but with effort the worst can be made out. Peslin, I made it out. I'm in the sewers now, just need to find my way into the tunnels. Gil smuggled me a key and some other items to help. Once I'm outside, I'll send the key to you. Hang on until then. Signature is smeared beyond legibility. Judging by the graying flesh and the ragged bits of cloth wrapped around his body, it's been a long time since this person died down here. I should look for a cache that this key will open. Not sure it matters. At the same time, not sure it matters, so maybe we can take a look. Let's see what they have here.
Punish the lawbreakers.
Over the waterfall.
Hands in the air. Get away from the opening.
Ah, we're doing the fugitive thing. Yep, I need to get out of here if I'm to have any chance of proving my innocence.
Innocence? Ha! We were there! You can't lie to us.
I know what I saw. You were standing over the body of Ski Silvershield, Duke Entar's daughter. His daughter!
Ah, I understand now. This is about Roma.
Don't bring her into this. You won't like where that ends.
Well, do you truly believe me so mad that I could even be capable of doing this thing I'm accused of? Do you truly think so little of me?
It has to stop. It has to. And that won't happen until you answer for Ski. Now get on your knees, hands behind your head. Do it.
Nope.
I hope to talk you out of this madness, but I see words alone won't get this job done. All right then, let's go.
You are the captain. Take them. No! No! It's not enough! He has to die! Die in the name of Ski Silvershield! Kill him!
Mad. Okay, this is, yeah, nice cache of equipment, except can't use any of it because I'm a wizard slayer. Not many wizards coming after me though. Oh, you. Please attack.
So many secrets lie buried beneath the ground.
Where exactly do I need to go though? This will probably not go where I want it to go, but yeah, this is more than likely that people following me will use this.
Think
I bet you
carefully.
made it. Oh, that's great. I was scared you wouldn't.
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
I wanted to visit you at jail, but they wouldn't even let me through the door. I thought you were done for. I'm so sorry. I should never have let you go to DragonSpear without me.
I'm actually glad you weren't there. Some of the things I saw will haunt me for the rest of my days.
But if I'd been there, maybe... I don't know. Maybe things would have been different. Well, we're together again now, and that's the way it's going to stay. I'm not letting you out of my sight ever again.
Come on, let's move on. It's only a matter of time before the Flaming Fist figures out where we are.
Hey, everyone. I got him.
Rejoice, Boo! Our friends have returned to us. But people have said one of our friends has been up to no good.
I never thought I'd see thee again. Knowing what I know, I would have preferred it that way. Thou art lucky to have a supporter as passionate as Imoen. Were it not for her, neither I nor Minsk would deign to look upon thee. Never mind assist thee in escaping justice.
Simon's hireling told it true. You have escaped the Fist and Silver Shield justice, for the moment. I promised Gorion to watch over and protect you. Your actions make me question that promise.
Do not think I'm pleased to be here. What I do for Gorion and Imoen. If you did indeed murder Ski Silver Shield, you will answer for it.
Could we maybe talk about this someplace, you know, far away from here?
Right, I need to thank you, all of you, for not believing me. Believing in me, at least supporting me in my hour of need. Especially you, Imoen. If you hadn't disarranged my escape, I'd still be languishing in that cell.
Imoen! 'Twas thou who contrived to free our friend.
We can figure this out later. For now, we need to just keep moving. Forward!
End of the game.
I'm pretty sure the Flaming Fist isn't on our trail. Can we take a break? Just for a minute?
I think we could all use a rest.
And ambush.
Hey, do you feel a little off?
Your eyes burn as a thin, acrid mist rises from the ground and envelops you. Your mind clouds, shadowed figures strike and fade away. Your companion's cries echo in your skull, and the world around you fades to gray.
Right. I don't really see the... I mentioned the sort of hullabaloo about some kind of modern aspects being injected in this game. I noticed that in a few spots, but honestly it's such a minuscule amount of crap that I don't... It would be ridiculous to try to make any kind of a deal out of it. It's just... I feel it's unnecessary, but it's also in such a side minuscule part that it's barely noticeable. Unless you go out of your way asking questions, you probably won't even notice anything. So I think that's pretty much nonsense. However, this game has bigger problems, as in actual problems. The problem for me is, if I look at the individual encounters, the fighting, things like that, I don't really see any real problem with the game. It can at very least stand tall on equal footing in compared to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I would say some of the fights are in many ways better because of the artificial intelligence improvements. I also don't really think the handling with the final, well, is it the final boss? I suppose the final boss demon is bad. They're supposed to be hard to damage. The problem was I basically took every wrong choice. I ignored the options I had given to me by the plot. So I didn't have Kalar to assist me in the fight, I didn't have an extra +3 weapon, and I had the one goddamn mage in the game that cannot enchant +3 weapons. So it was basically just everything perfectly going wrong there, rather than the game being unfair toward me. So, and even bard or anything else, anyone who could have cast a scroll there, a magic mage scroll, would have been able to get the job done. So I mean, I had the tools. I just had dinner here, the worst possible option I could have had in that situation. So that's why we had to fight it. So even that's fairly well done in the sense that +3 weapons are not treated like candy or dished out, like they're common items. They're not. You had the ridiculous branch, so things were tough. A couple of arrows, but there's probably a handful of weapons. 2 to 3 there are genuinely +3, and there's the ammunition. Then you have the enchantment options. So if anything, I would have wished that the book we encountered that handled what you can expect from demons would have mentioned not just that you need a magical weapon, that you might the more serious demons require powerful magical weapons to harm instead of just magic weapons. That sort of it's not really saying you need +3 weapons, but it says that just having some magical equipment is not good enough if you had to go against a more powerful demon. You need something a little bit more. That's pretty much the only addition I would make there. The big problems with this thing is that the story, I feel, is not told well. That's the big problem. It's not even the story itself. It's how it unfolds and it's told. For pretty much, it's hinted at least a little bit what the background story is by a drunkard in the jail at near the Flaming Fist headquarters at the start. Then it's like forgotten pretty much entirely until it just pops up at the end, where it's laid out in front of you by the ridiculous dialogue at the end, and that's it. It's a wasted storyline. It should have been. It's the potential you could get out of that would not. It has not been utilized effectively. Like, it's another divine mortal with a divine essence inside her, but it's a different type than mine. There could have been a little bit more reflection between the two options, a little bit more interaction. Maybe I should not have been part of the main army so long, as like a special unit that tries to get better handle on Haven. So try to see what she and the Crusade is all about before joining the main army, and then do the missions with the DragonSpear castle itself. That sort of thing. So it wouldn't all come out at the end and just dumped on you, and that's it. Whoopie-doo. More interactions, more investigation. Maybe try to include the ski murder thing there too, and the dagger, because it sort of seems like it's the game tries awfully hard to end exactly where Baldur's Gate 2 begins, like to the last detail, and I don't think that's necessary. I never felt it necessary after Baldur's Gate 1. I certainly didn't feel this had to go there either, because it seemed like everything that happened after the demon boss fight felt like there was nothing there for me to play. I was just watching for the next 30 minutes what should have been a 1-minute cutscene. There was nothing there for me to play or do anymore. No choices to be made, really meaningful ones. Just nothing really. And it's a waste of time. It's a You're trying to continue the game after the big climax has happened, and for what? So you can end you can't. There's nothing for me to play there anymore, and the only benefit is because you really, really want to end the game where the cutscene from Baldur's Gate 2 start of the game starts. And I don't see the point of it. Pretty much the start of the game and what happened at the bridge with the and Ski's murder, even if there was just a suspicion, would have been enough for us to basically take a vacation somewhere else of the city. The atmosphere has soured there, and that would have been enough. There's no point in having those things happen with the jailbreaks and the sewers, and then going into the forest, and then repeating the cutscene from Baldur's Gate to the beginning where you get ambushed by dark figures. There was nothing gained there. It just added a drawn-out ending to a game that should have ended some time ago, and that's it. Similar with the Ski murder plotline. She was forced on you. You have forced actions with her. Then she just suddenly gets killed, and you're found there. And no matter what you did, no one saw you actually kill her. Just be there in the same room, and it's done. I wouldn't say badly, but it's not done well either. It's clumsy, and I'm not sure what other words could describe it. It's clumsy, clunky. It stands out. It's like doing things by the numbers. They had some kind of list where certain things had to happen, and they just implement it without giving much thought how it works out in the overall plot arc of the game. And in my opinion, it doesn't, and it brings down the game experience rather than enhances it in any way. It also sticks out because none of this carries out to Baldur's Gate 2. None of it. So this sort of tries to create extra connections to Baldur's Gate 2. The problem is, Baldur's Gate 2 does not follow any of this shit anymore. Not even a slightest mention. So you're building up something that doesn't exist in the next game. So it highlights further the problem how this is structured. You structured it to complement some kind of additional follow-up that doesn't exist. So why the fuck do it? This should have been self-contained, like it ends here. There's no follow-up. In that sense, I feel like there's too much use of John Irenicus here. Like, excessive amount, because John Irenicus is by far the best villain in this game series, and it's a fairly liked villain otherwise. So I feel like and the voice actor is amazing. So they feel like they had to utilize him as much as possible, and I don't think they should have. He's used too much, and this weird plot with the Ski's murder, it cannot go anywhere. It's not followed up on in any way. It's not mentioned. No one mentioned it ever again. Maybe if you directly continue a game from Siege from DragonSpear, that might happen. I don't know. But only playing from Baldur's Gate 1 to Throne of Ball and then coming to here, this just sticks out so badly, story-wise, that it just doesn't fit at all. And the problem is, it would have fit just fine if you would have cut that shit out. Alternatively, have a resolution of it inside this game. Like, have it happen someplace earlier. where it's not resolved in you don't blame it on Irenicus at all. It happens. It's unclear who ended up killing her, or maybe it might have been an accident. But your Silver Shield is not gonna believe it, and there is your history of being bald child. So there doesn't have to be any kind of trial or public outrage. The Baldur's Gate 2 initial cutscene implements that there's questioning, suspicion, and things like that that forces you to leave. This is quite something different. This is pretty much lynch mobs out there looking for you. You have to escape because it just isn't an option to stay there. So I feel there was no need to go that far. I mean, going from Baldur's Gate 2 to Throne and Ball, you are in Elven city of Soldenestelar, and they drive you out of the city well, sort of. Basically because you have a Tark heritage, and there is other ball spawns hunting ball spawn, so they don't want you there. You might have helped to save the city, but even they don't want you there because they know that you're just trouble. If you stay there, trouble will come to them. So there's no real... You don't have to have some kind of gigantic conspiracy or plot to achieve that. It's common sense that they wouldn't want there. Their safe haven is under threat by your mere presence there. It doesn't matter if you're an evil villain or not. The trouble will come to you if you stay. So it's better for everyone if you leave. If you're a good person, you will probably think of others and leave. If you're not, you probably feel like people are not welcoming you anymore. They want you to leave. Might go out right there and say, so you know that you're not welcome there. And I think this game fucks it up. I feel it tries to connect all the dots a little bit too carefully, and to the detriment of the storytelling and the plot. And I'm trying to think of what the hell is the gain from doing that, and I can't think of any. This is like a bad sequel to a popular movie franchise that tries to tell the story that no one asked for to tell. And I'm not referring to the entire game, I'm referring to the extra bullshit that pretty much happens when the last boss fight ends, and the ski murder and all that happens. You don't need that. You never needed that. No one wanted to really answer to see how that went down. Everyone accepted it. Okay, yeah, one of your brothers basically tried to just plunge the entire region into war. They assassinated some of the leaders of the city, and now it's enough that they found out that you share the same heritage. That's a sufficient explanation for everything. You don't need anything else. There might be people there that believe that you are a good guy genuinely, but it doesn't matter. There will be suspicions, there'll be rumors, it'll be trouble. Everyone knows, even though you might be a good guy, trouble will come to them you can't ignore it, basically. And so it just doesn't add anything positively in my mind to the storyline. It actually just weakens it. It hurts the Siege of Dragonspear storyline, how the story flows and how it drags on in certain places. Irenicus' inclusion is not terrible, I think, because it's at least it's unnecessary, but it's understandable why they want to expand on it. He's clearly kept an eye on you based on Baldur's Gate 2 long before you actually meet. So that's why the ambush would not have happened otherwise. I don't like how he's handled. He seems to go all over the place without anyone really batting an eye. He appears in all kinds of enemy camps, in jail, and nothing is made out of that. You can't really even talk about it with anyone. It just happens. It's not really. It's like something extra sticking out of the side of the Siege of DragonSpear storyline, and I don't like it. And I guess that's my thoughts on this. Actual gameplay wise, this is just as good as a game as Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. Storyline and that's where the makers basically fumble badly in my opinion. It's not god awful terrible, but if you never experience it, you're really not missing out on anything either. And that's the problem. It tries so hard to be the missing part in between the games that's all it is. It's nothing more than that. It's nothing more than that. And it's a average storyline, very typical, with the extra stuff dragging it down a bit, even below average. But gameplay wise, it's very solid. So I don't know who the hell told the story and built the storyline, but they fucked up, in my opinion. Other than that, it's probably enjoyable to play through. So if you ignore that, but definitely a mixed bag of things. And compared to Baldur's Gate 1, I think this still compares more favorably. But Baldur's Gate 2 is so tied to the plot and how it's told, and this is clearly the game that Siege of DragonSpear tries to emulate, but it fails. It's imitating something and producing a lesser quality imitation of that good product. It has very little own identity.